Joni, ask players harder to block out good noise versus bad noise now that you're winning, and everybody's telling players how good they are and things are going well.
I think it's easier because we weren't hearing it 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. And so I think part of it is just continue to trust the circle that we had, when we were going through the storm. And so it's when you forecast some things and they come true, it just helps out in a lot of situations, whether we're talking the wins we've had or just people or things. And so I think they have a really good understanding of what got us here and to continue to do that, to put us in the best position possible to continue to have some of the success we've had.
As a coach and as just a mentor in some of these girls' lives, just how inspiring do you think this specific story has been to just, you can go through the storm and not give up?
We said this was going to happen exactly the way it happened, like 100%. And I said this post media a couple weeks ago. When we as adults don't get the outcome we want, sometimes we don't respond the right way. And for us to stand up in the locker room and predict what was going to happen, and they believe it, and then everything hits the fan, and they still show up every single day, and to now see the fruits of their labor, I'm excited for them because it just shows how God works. It shows how strong their faith has been, and adversity is going to come again, not only in this conference, but just in life. And so what a great thing for them to go pull back on. Like, we're talking basketball, but we're not talking basketball, right? These are life lessons. And so what a great story for them to always be able to pull out of their tank to say, I know what it's like to go through something really, really hard, continue to have faith, continue to trust, continue to pray, continue to believe in the people who believe in me, and see the outcome on the other side of it. I think it's tremendous, absolutely tremendous.
And then there's obviously nothing we can do about it now. Just the non-conference games, do you feel like this team should be punished for not playing as many?
Well, no, because again, like, I don't want to be sarcastic in any way, but we're going to get punished for not going to play another quad four team and getting blowing them out by 30. Like, and if you look at the non-conference games we did play, we played Kansas State, we played Georgia Tech, we played Colorado, right? We played West Virginia. So let's look at those non-conference games. We can't control people who dropped us at the last minute. What we did was played the schedule that we had, and I think we did a very good job. So if we were to have more non-conference games, those 2 or 3 games, then what would the committee have said about that? Because against our Power Four opponents, I think we represented very well.
Been a high major coach for a while now. Like, have you ever been a part of anything like this? Like, totally backs against the wall, looks like the season might be over in January, and then all of a sudden here we are on March 2nd. We're talking NCAA tournament team. Have you ever experienced a turnaround quite like this?
Yes. Yes, when I was an assistant at Georgia, and we started out 0-4 one year. Same kind of situation. Not exactly like this, but similar enough to know that in this league, I think it speaks to more of the longevity I've had in this league. And then, Alexis Hyder played in this league. Alex Varlin coached in this league. Rob and Chelsea have coached in this league for a long time. Darius has coached in this league for a long time, and now he's back. I mean, we just have a ton of experience in the room. And so I think that we've seen not this exact thing, but something similar enough to know that if we can make sure that everybody's connected, what would happen on the other side.
Thoughts on playing Auburn again? They're a team that's got nothing to lose. They got to win out, obviously, and you're a team that in some ways has everything to lose because you lose one game, it's over too. Just thoughts on playing them again?
Well, I think obviously we have great respect for everybody in this league. Auburn's talented. They're extremely athletic. They have great post play. They've got good guards. And so we've got to handle their pressure. We've got to make sure we keep them off the glass. And then we've got to continue to share the ball and make sure the ball has good pop and good energy the way we've been playing.
How much of an improvement has your bench helped? Like somebody like Nye gets 2 extra minutes, and maybe she plays a little better down the stretch, which we can't see, but maybe you see on film because she goes so hard. But how much involvement do you feel that your bench has helped during this stretch?
I think it's been great. I think the minutes that Cheney has been able to give Nye, the minutes that Anita has been able to give Fast, especially now when we lost P at Tennessee, I think it's tremendous. And our four wings, like they've just continued as a collective unit to play at a very, very high level. You talk about putting pressure on the defense when you sub two out and sub two more in, and then sub two out and sub two more in. Those are four starters. Emerald has done a great job backing up Lauren. And so I just am excited for their continued trust and belief. That's another thing that's hard to do when you're not getting the minutes that maybe you think you should get or you want, or even if you're just not playing. That's a hard thing to deal with. And for them to understand the importance of their play when they're in there to relieve our starters is just huge.